Hello friends, myself Pratibha Raundar, Department of Chemistry of KAANMS ACS College, Satana. Today I am going to discuss about research methodology. Research is a scientific investigation. Investigation means search for new facts, new ideas in any branch of knowledge. Thus we can say that research is a search for knowledge. Research may be considered as a movement from unknown to the known. Research is organized and systematic way of finding the answers of any question. There are different characteristics of research. First is the solution oriented, then logical, objectives, impartiality, accuracy, systematic, verifiability, empirical. Solution oriented means the problem of research must be clearly defined and it straightly stated. The motive of research must be mentioned in the beginning of research work. Logical means in a research we find out the facts about the phenomenon and the conclusion about it. Objective means here observing the true picture of phenomenon or the research problem without being affected by the observer own opinion is termed as an objective. Accuracy means here the research worker needs to gain the some expertise in the study he is undertaking. The research should be systematic. Systematic means here the research should be very well defined steps. Verifiability means the result of research are subjective for the verifications, and the empirical means the research is an empirical process and involves the data collection. There are different characteristics of research here, that solution oriented, logical, objective, impartiality, accuracy, systematic, verifiability, empirical. Then these are the objectives here, understanding of a business problem. Then second is the identifying the cause and effect relationship. In this, individuals from the groups and the groups from the organization, they are interdependent. Then next is the to innovate the new ideas. That means when we perform the research, when we start the research, at that time some innovations are included into that research. One of the objective of researcher is to bring the constant improvement in the techniques of this trade. To improve the quality of the this characteristics is very much important in the research. The whole exercise of any activity is done for the improvement of quality of product, machinery, or the life of human beings. Then there are different types of research are there. Research is multidimensional activity. It comes in various forms and is used in all social behavior, educational, economical, and management science. There are different types of research. First is the descriptive research, that is also called is the analytical research. That means that descriptive research versus the analytical research. Then second is the fundamental research, and the third is the qualitative research. In the descriptive research and analytical research, descriptive research basically describes what is it. It mainly involves collection, recording, describing, and analyzing the facts related to the study. It tries to find the existing status, trend, and the state of affairs in the phenomenon. Then in applied research is action oriented or the solution oriented. That means the problem is formulated in the research and we have to find out the solution for that problem. The main goal of applied research is to obtain an immediate, specific, and practical solution of problem that is business organization is facing right now. Quantitative research, in that quantitative research, that research is based on the quantitative variables which can be measured in appropriate units. Then the next research is empirical research or conceptual research. In conceptual research involves the development of new theories, abstract ideas, and the generalized principles. Philosophers and intellectuals and the thinkers carry out this kind of research. Then the next type of research, which is here, there are other types of research, that in any research studies the derivation of one or the other above four types of research. One can further classify the research on the basis of purpose, time taken, and the discipline of knowledge it relates to that. Then the research process is performed by the 10 steps. That means there are 10 steps are there in the research process. When we start the research, that research is started from the problem formulation, and the end of the research is report writing. The first step of research process is problem formulation. Then second is the literature survey. Third is the development of hypothesis. Then research design, choice of sample design. Then data collection. Then analysis and interpretation of data. Then hypothesis testing. Then the next is the interpretation of results, and the last step of research process is report writing. In the problem formulation, this is the very much important steps of the research process, that is the problem formulation. Formulation of problem is the first and foremost step in the research process. It is not always easy to identify and define a problem in ever changing business environment. Then the second is literature survey. After the formulation and identification of problem, the next important step is the review of literature survey. Then the next is the development of hypothesis. In that step, we have to develop the hypothesis. Once the problem get defined and review of the literature is made, the next step is to find or to define clearly the hypothesis in the research problem. The hypothesis is a tentative assumption in the research problem which has to be tested empirically with the help of the observer data. Then the next step of research is the research design. That means we have to design the research. A research design is a well defined plan of the action. It is planned sequence of entire research process. It is blueprint of research activity. In a big business scenario, designing a research study is very complex. Then the next step of research is the choice of sample design. In any investigation of the group of all items, objects or individuals under the study is called the population or the inverse. Then the next step of research is the data collection. Once the sample design is formulated, the next step of the research process is the data collection. We have to collect the data from the primary data and the secondary data. From the primary data, we have here different points are there: direct observation, experimentation, direct personal interview. There are different sources for to collect the primary data, and the secondary data is collected by the international organization, government publications, journal and newspaper. Then the next step of research process is the analysis and the interpretation of the data. Then hypothesis testing, and the next step of the research process is the interpretation of the results. And the last step of research process is the report writing. When we complete our research, then we write the report of the research. Last but not the least is the step of reporting the facts, that the finding of the research study. A report is a summary of whole research process. The layout of the report must be attractive. The words used in the text must be easily comprehensive to the reader, and even a non-technical person understand a good report. This is all about the research process. Thank you.